Are you a first-time visitor to New York City? Well, then there is one spot you must visit while you're here, and it is Times Square and Midtown. I'm Sarah, a licensed New York City tour guide and a local New Yorker, to give you all the tips that you need to know when visiting here. What to do, what not to do, and the scams to watch out for. Let's get to it. There are so many different attractions in this part of the city, and one of my favorites is this one. It's called Rise NY, and this is part museum, part ride. That's right, there's a ride in the Times Square area. Now, Rise shows you through the history of New York, but also talks a little bit about the culture and the music and the entertainment industry. And then at the end, you get to ride in this kind of like Soarin' style ride, if you've ever been to Disney World, where you fly above the city. You go into all of the different boroughs. It has great music. There's like immersive elements where you feel wind. It is so, so cool. So at certain parts in the ride, it actually has smells. Central Park smells like grass. It smells like cotton candy. So fun, I'm obsessed. Never gets old. This is just a great overview of New York very quickly, and it's in the heart of the action. I reached out to them and they gave me a promo code so that you guys can save money, because who doesn't like to save money? I mean, I do. So if you use code FUNKY5, you'll save $5 off your tickets. You're welcome, and check out Rise. Midtown has some of the most iconic sites in the city. I'm gonna go over a few of the spots you absolutely must check out when you're here. However, I'm gonna give you a little hack. I have a must-see Manhattan tour that I made that shows you all of these top spots in 2 hours with a licensed New York City guide who knows what they're talking about. It is the most efficient way to see the city. You can book that right here, but here are some places that you must check out regardless. Times Square is one of the most photographed places on the planet. Here is where all the action is, and you gotta check it out. Though I will tell you, it's very chaotic and very crazy all the time, so I don't recommend spending a ton of time here. However, when you're here, just take in the lights, take your picture, see a Broadway show, and most importantly, look out for scams. There are a ton of them. The worst ones, in my opinion, are the fake monks. You also have these Elmos that try to jump in your pictures and charge you $20. There's some guys that try to sell you fake CDs. I have an entire video on all of the scams in Midtown, which I require, literally, please watch it for your own benefit. Literally, this is for you, okay? Please watch that video. I have it linked right here and below. You can check that out. It's because no one wants to be scammed in New York.
Grand Central Terminal, an architectural marvel since its 1913 debut, stands as one of New York's most stunning landmarks. This bustling hub sees roughly 750,000 daily visitors, ranking it among the world's largest and most active stations. The main concourse features a stunning ceiling mural of constellations that's 120 feet high and an opal clock said to be worth $10 to $20 million. For the best experience, plan your visit around midday. This timing helps you avoid the morning and evening rush hours when commuters flood the station.
Bryant Park is a great place to go because it is known for its policy of everything being free. That's right. Here you can take all types of free classes. They also offer free shows in the summer. There's free yoga classes, free fencing. I learned how to juggle here for free. There's also all different types of games you can play, like ping pong and games that I've never even heard of. They're just fun. You'll find that here in Bryant Park. In the summer, you can picnic out on the lawn, and in the winter, we are here at the Bryant Park Winter Village, and this is also where you can ice skate. There's tons of vendors. You can get local art, local crafts. There's just a ton to do here year round, and it's right next to the New York Public Library. Fun fact about Bryant Park, they have the cleanest, the best bathrooms in the city that are public. You can see the line right here. It's worth every minute, because any other public bathroom in the city, disgusting. The New York Public Library is another spot you have to see while you're here in Midtown. It's absolutely stunning, this beautiful Beaux Art style architecture. This building was completed in 1911. You can come here, you can take out a book. This is just so beautiful interior design though. I have to say, I'm telling you, even if you're not a reader, stop in and see the interior of this building. There's beautiful artwork on the walls. Go up to the reading room, see the clouds on the ceiling. I mean, it's so grand and so beautiful. Now inside there's always different exhibits. Right now you can see on the side of the building, it says Greenwich Village 1912 to 1923. That's because they're having a bohemian exhibit right now. It's always switching and it's always free. If you get a library card here, you can access all of the different libraries throughout the city and you can take free classes. Like I took a calligraphy class in the downtown one, completely for free. There's also language classes for, you know, building your career, like resume building. There's just so much going on at the New York Public Libraries throughout the entire city. Next up, check out Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue is right next to the New York Public Library. It also runs all the way up to Central Park, which is another place you should check out. Fifth Avenue is definitely the spot you want to come if you're interested in luxury shopping. That's because all the top stores want to have their name on Fifth Avenue. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, all that. However, you're also going to find more moderately priced places like Zara, my personal favorite here. If you're interested in going on Fifth Avenue, I recommend walking up from the New York Public Library to Central Park. It's gonna be around 20-ish blocks, more or less. Definitely have your wallet ready. It is pricey. One thing I want to just point out on Fifth Avenue, the stores close early for New York, normally around 7, which I realize is normal for the rest of the country, but in New York, that's actually early. If you want to keep shopping until even 2 a.m., that's right, people, 2 a.m., you can actually go right into Times Square because all the shops stay open practically all night. After all, it is the city that never sleeps. Central Park, you've seen it in the movies, is actually one of the most featured places in any movie. There's been more movies shot in Central Park than anywhere else, and there's a reason for it. Central Park is absolutely stunning. All 693 acres was completely man-made and designed to look like a picturesque painting from Europe. You have rolling hills, you have waterfalls, you have lakes, you have bridges, you have ice skating rinks, zoos, playgrounds, architecture that's from all over the world. It was meant to be an exploration through the world for those that couldn't travel back in the day. I encourage you to just take a stroll through it, bring some picnic food, and just enjoy it. Best time of year to see Central Park, in my opinion, spring or fall. Why? Spring has the beautiful cherry blossoms. Fall, you get the autumn leaves. I recommend going for like a picnic during lunch, and I would start right on the corner of 59th Street and 5th Avenue and walk your way up the paths to Belvedere Castle, and then you can have a nice picnic right in front of the lake and Belvedere Castle. You're gonna feel like you're in a European fairy tale. Do you know what the #1 thing people do when they visit New York is? It's go see a Broadway show. There are so many amazing Broadway shows here, and they're all in Midtown Manhattan. That's actually the only way you can be considered a Broadway theater. You have to be in Midtown Manhattan. That's what you gotta do when you're here. Now, I used to work on Broadway, so I have a lot of tips for you on how you can get discounted tickets, and I'll get into that in a moment. But first, I just wanna go over a few of the shows that I think you must see when you're in town. You can see all of them, you can choose one, as long as you go to something, you're gonna have a great time. The Lion King is fantastic. I love Book of Mormon. Wicked's amazing. Moulin Rouge is fantastic. I loved The Great Gatsby. Those are my top 5 at the moment, but honestly, Broadway is so amazing. Here are some of my top tips on how you can save money when you're going to a Broadway show. Now, one of the best hacks to getting discounted Broadway tickets is coming here to the TKTS booth. This is kind of more of a well-known hack, as you can see from the line of people back here. And this is also important to mention that if you want to see a hit show like Hamilton, The Lion King, things like that, you're probably not gonna get those tickets here because this is for same day show tickets when the show is trying to fill seats. So you will get discounts. There's other ways to get discounts too that may give you more of a discount than you'll get here at the TKTS booth. One is through BroadwayBox.com. Another, you might find something nice through Groupon. Or you can use the Theater Development Fund, which gives you about 70% off Broadway tickets. But there's more ways than that. One way is doing a lottery. Now, this is definitely more like gambling because you may not actually get to get those tickets. But essentially, a lottery means you show up to the theater, and not all shows do this, by the way. They'll tell you when they do it. You'll show up to the theater the day of, and they'll be giving away like 10 seats, maybe in the front row, because those aren't the best seats, for $25 or something insanely cheap. Put your name in, and if you get your name pulled, then you get those tickets, which is really awesome. I know that Lion King and Aladdin do this. Another way is through standing room only seats. So if you're cool standing for 2.5 hours, you can do this. Some Broadway shows offer it, some don't. You can ask at the box office for that. We are here at Summit, and I dressed totally inappropriately for this because everything is mirrors on the floor and I'm wearing a skirt. Bad. Relax, keep it up here, buddy. We're gonna figure out if this is actually worth all the money you have to pay. This spot is $42 for the adult ticket. That's the starting price. Anything else you have to add on, it gets more expensive. Because I haven't been here in a few years now. We're gonna see if it's actually worth it, because initially I thought it was worth it, and then I went again and I thought it wasn't worth it. So this is the third time's the charm. We're gonna finally decide what's the deal with Summit. Oh, this is the part of Summit that reminds me of Drake's music video, Hotline Bling. Oh wow, what a view of clouds. To me, this is the max it should be all the time, but I highly doubt that's the case like when there's good view, but who knows. Wow, wow, wow. Isn't this cool? So cool. Sorry. It still has like a lot of people in here, but I think it's manageable today. Here, let me hide in the balls. Ready? Ah! Ah! Oh, shoot. Ooh! Oh, stop! Let me try to hit the camera with love. I love this room. This is the best room in Summit. I feel like the ticket price is worth it just for this room. Jesus. Oh, so this is where your face is booked. How does your face appear? Let me see your wristband. Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. It looks like that rock, that like, what's it called? The President Rock? Yes, that's it. I've been here a few different times, and my conclusion is, this is a big moment. Is it worth it? I feel like it is worth it. It is worth it. In the past, when it was overly crowded, all the balls were popped, there was no organization, it was not worth it. But I think that they have made changes at Summit, that now it's a better experience for everyone. It's cool because you get a little bit of every observation deck in one. My advice to you would be, make sure if you want to come here, buy your tickets in advance and do any of the add-ons on the website, because then you save money in the long run and you still get the full experience. And don't miss the ballroom. The ballroom alone is worth the ticket price. That is just the most fun part. I am here at the #1 attraction in the US. Woo! Empire State Building.
I thought that was funky experiences.
Maybe it is, and you can book a tour right here. But seriously, we're here at the Empire State Building. This is the most expensive observation deck ticket, for the record. It cost me $99 for 2 people to go to the 86th floor. When I was buying my tickets, the security guard was helping me buy the tickets, and she said, do you want to go to the 102nd floor or just the 86th? And I said like, well, I don't know. She said, it's more expensive to go to the 102nd floor. And honestly, I don't think it's worth it. So just let that sink in for a moment. This is a fun fact. So the reason it was built so quickly is because they're in a race with the Chrysler building to see which building would be the world's tallest building. And at the end, they actually rose the spire out of the center of the building and beat the Chrysler building at the last moment. And it was like essentially a bro fight between the 2 guys that were in charge of the buildings. And the Empire State Building won, and it was the tallest building in the world for many decades. Okay, we're here at the 86th floor. This is the outdoor park. It's like such a rainy day, you guys. I feel like I'm on top of a mountain or something here. Here we are. One difference with the Empire State Building versus the other ones is the other ones, like the newer ones, have glass. So it's easier to see the view. You can't really, you have to kind of like lean over, which is a little freaky. Like you could drop something, which is kind of crazy to me. Oh, I'm like so nervous even with the camera. If you drop a penny here, I feel like someone will die. It's like a cage. No other observation deck has a cage at the top. The lobby's beautiful though. Like it's like looks all gold and fancy. Let me give you all a tip. You want one of these? Go to Chinatown. You get them for what, $5 each?
No, 5 for like 3.
This is $20. What would one do with a giant size Empire State Building figurine? Like this? It's like a weapon. $160? All right, final thoughts. It's iconic. Empire State Building, absolutely iconic. Been in so many movies, so many TV shows. It's truly a symbol of New York. When you think of New York City, what do you think of? You think of the views, you think of the Empire State Building. That's one of the visuals that comes to your mind.
Every time I visit Rockefeller Center, I'm struck by how it captures the essence of New York City all in one magical place, where I can glide across the iconic ice rink beneath the towering Christmas tree in winter, or sip cocktails at a charming outdoor cafe in summer. And if I'm clever, I'll use 1 iota to score free tickets to see my favorite NBC shows being filmed right next door. I never miss a chance to head up to Top of the Rock's observation decks, especially now with the thrilling new beam experience where I can recreate the famous lunch atop a skyscraper photo. After soaking in the skyline, I love exploring the bustling plaza below, whether I'm indulging in a cupcake from Magnolia Bakery or shopping at the enchanting FAO Schwartz. Though I've learned from experience to avoid the holiday crowds here if you truly want to savor all the magic this landmark has to offer.
One of the newest and most fun ones if you're into spies, James Bond, all of that type of CIA stuff, is this one. This is Spy Games. It's an immersive experience where you get to try out different games that were designed by the CIA and the special ops. All right, let's go inside and do it.
If you're looking for brain-teasing, pulse-racing fun, this is it. You'll start creating your spy profile, then it is off to the games.
Let's go. Hit the pool.
Other players stay in the green start zone.
Oh, just go, Louie. Go, you're so slow.
Oh, sorry.
Each room is completely different, and that's what makes this so exciting. You're dodging lasers, solving puzzles, and racing against the clock in high-tech rooms that make you feel like you're in a real-life spy movie.
Go!
My husband and I tried it out, and even though I was pregnant, I could still participate in almost everything because it's fun social gaming perfect for teams of 2 to 5. Trust me, there's something for everyone.
Oh, God. Oh.
You could have gotten zapped right there.
And what I love about spy games is how it blends mental and physical challenges. 1 minute you're cracking codes, and the next you're scaling walls or throwing objects at targets.
You can choose the physical route or the mental route. So like if you're pregnant doing this, you can do the mental route and then you don't have to jump around.
My advice, book your tickets online in advance because it gets popular and you want to make sure you get your preferred time slot. Oh, and don't forget your discount code SPYGAMESARAH to save 10% on your booking, of course.
We are here at Shot Bar and we're going to be doing some art today. They have all different types of art rooms and a super vibrant atmosphere. So I guess let's just get started with this. Bella, are you excited? She's excited. So we're in the first room. It looks like there's a spinning wheel here. We're going to make some paint art.
Mix.
They're like giant syringes filled with paint and they shoot really far. So let's see. Oh, nice, Bella. Very nice. Whoa! What? That's so cool. Literally.
Whoa, nice. Oh, looks cool.
Oh, good.
I never lose my arm.
Bella, you reaching in the cup and painting with your fingers now. Hey, whatever. Art's what you make it. We are popping paint water balloons. They're hanging up right over here. I got my loaded BB gun. This looks like a real gun. I'm a little freaked out. We're upgrading to this bad boy. So after we shot the balloons, they spun it and our artwork looks so gorgeous. This is so great for families, friends, or like team bonding events at work. It's pretty much the same price whether it's one person or 3 people. So I recommend, like if you're gonna do it, bring some people with you and you can all work on a project together. We are here at the Intrepid. This is a museum and an aircraft carrier from 1943. This was used in World War II, the Cold War, and the Vietnam War. There's also a submarine element right over here. So with your ticket, you get access to all of those things. And we found out if you're a New York City resident, it is buy one, get one. So essentially it's 50% off tickets. They do a movie night here in the summer. They do movie nights on the top of the Intrepid. Can you imagine how cool it is when they play Top Gun? And I think they do that every year. That would be cool. I would do that.
Yeah, and then they're like, hurry, hurry, hurry. And then they like go down it like this.
They do that.
That's if they're like racing. They're like, hurry, we're sinking.
Okay, now this is where you really feel like you're in the movie Top Gun right here. This is cool. It's like an interesting experience to be on an aircraft carrier right next to New York City with the skylines. This one can go 2,269 miles an hour, which is 3 times the speed of sound. Play the clip. Highway to the Houston is go for takeoff. I like the space section. I'm into the, whoa, wow, that's cool. So the reason why the Enterprise was so special is because it was the first space shuttle orbiter that could go back and forth between space and Earth. Before that, it was always like a one-shot deal. You can see the little pod all the way over there. That was what was used before, and you could only fit about 3 people in that. And then once it was sent out, it was essentially like done. It was like a disposable camera versus buying an actual camera. Where to stay can really impact your trip. Now, if you want to stay in Midtown Manhattan, there are a few places that I recommend. These are my favorites. This is probably the most popular area that most visitors stay in, and it makes sense because all of the major attractions are here. You have all of the trains. It's very convenient. If you're going to a Broadway show, you can just slip out from the Broadway show and head right to your hotel, and it's a short walk. You're not gonna get that with any other location. And those are the main benefits of staying in Midtown. It is ideal for first-time visitors. However, there are some negatives of staying in this area, and most of them include the prices are going to be the most expensive in the entire city by far. That is a guarantee. I promise you that you probably won't find anything cheap here, and if it is cheap, approach with caution. Secondly, it's very crowded here. If you don't like crowds, that's gonna be a problem. But the reality is, if you're seeing New York, you're gonna experience crowds anywhere. And third, it is quite loud. There are people everywhere, so you're gonna be dealing with a lot of different sounds all the time. Now, luckily, if you're sleeping, most hotels have prepared for that, and you're not gonna experience it. But the second you step outside, you're gonna deal with people, cars, horns, all different types of sounds. And those are the positives and negatives of staying in Midtown. I'm gonna show you a hotel I recommend. Welcome to Refinery Hotel. This is a 4-star boutique hotel in Midtown, very conveniently located. It's beautiful, it's elegant, it's luxurious. They have a lot going on here. The cool thing about this hotel is its history. It actually used to be a hat factory back in 1912, and it then turned eventually into a speakeasy style tea room, and you can see a little bit of that inspo here at the bar. This is the standard deluxe room. Now, this room is the most spacious room I've ever seen in Midtown. That's what I love about the Refinery Hotel. You get so much space for your money. This room starts at around $300 at the cheapest. That's when it's gonna be January, February, and it can get up to around $800 peak season. So, important thing to keep in mind, most hotels in Midtown charge this. That's the reality of Midtown. It's the most popular area, so you're going to be paying the most, but you get the most bang for your buck here. I love this room. I love how they incorporated subtle touches of how it used to be a hat factory into the decor and the design. This is their bathroom, and it's so fabulous. The tiling here is just so Vogue, and that's not a coincidence. You know Vogue's Get Ready With Me videos on YouTube? They actually film them here at the Refinery Hotel in one of their suites, and that's because of how gorgeous it is. But I want to show you one more of their rooms. It's a suite, just to show you how much even nicer some of their rooms can be. And yes, this one is more expensive, so if you are looking for the trip of a lifetime, maybe you want to book this room. Welcome to the Atelier room. This means
wardrobe. Essentially, it's like a workstation. That's what atelier means. Again, referencing that hat factory that this beautiful building started at in 1912. Quite a spacious room. In addition to the king-size bed here, you also have an entire lounging area and a TV, a lot of beautiful artwork on the walls, and they actually have a custom piece of artwork in these rooms on every wall that was designed by FIT students. This bathroom is about double the size of the other room's bathroom, so you definitely have more space here. We got this spacious wardrobe, tons of storage for your clothes. You can put your luggage in here. Now this room starts around $400. That is a steal for this area. I cannot emphasize that enough for the quality you're getting for the space. It does get up to around $1,000 a night during peak season. From the moment I first arrived at the Peninsula, New York, I knew I'd found my perfect Midtown haven. Situated right on 5th Avenue, you're just steps away from everything from Central Park's winding paths to Rockefeller Center's vibrant plaza, with the city's finest shopping and Broadway's bright lights all within reach. I've spent countless evenings unwinding in their glass-enclosed rooftop pool, floating peacefully above the city lights. The Peninsula isn't just my favorite Midtown hotel, it's also my luxurious home away from home, where the attentive staff treats me and my family like royalty. The recently refreshed rooms blend classic elegance with modern comfort, and every single detail, from the turn-down service to the concierge's perfect restaurant recommendations, make each stay more magical than the last.
Times Square and Midtown are not necessarily known for their food scene. However, there are some good spots around here. You just have to know where to look. Here are some of my favorite places to eat while I'm in this area. So I recommend Hold Fast. This is a locally owned restaurant with a Broadway veteran on its team and has become the Broadway community's favorite go-to spot for a pre-theater meal. They have a cool atmosphere, great food, and delicious craft cocktails. Our drinks and food are here. I got the standing ovation, very on theme to Broadway. Now this is a sparkling rosé with lemon lime, strawberry vodka, and sherry in it. Really refreshing, nice and sweet, but not too sweet. Really yummy. Then we have their fried burrata. This smells incredible. I wish you could smell this through the camera. I've never had a fried burrata. I'm very excited about this. I don't know what's gonna happen here, so. Ooh, look at that. All delicious gooiness. Dip it in the marinara. It's kind of like a mozzarella stick, but more high-end. The main courses here is their chicken sandwich, which is a chicken thigh that is grilled with arugula, tomato, basil mayonnaise on a brioche bun, served with a pickle on the side. Let's dig in. Look at this thing. It's the size. It's like the size of my head. Okay. Super savory. You get a nice, like, almost freshness, I think, from that basil mayonnaise and the arugula. The chicken thigh is seasoned really nicely. Overall, super delicious sandwich. Make sure you get this one. This is the thing to get. This next restaurant has made my last Best Restaurants guide for 3 years in a row, and with good reason. It has 3 Michelin stars and has been on the top of many award lists for years. It's Berard Den. Their seafood menu is one of the best in New York City, so if you're a seafood lover, add this one to your list. They're known for their 4-course meal that is the perfect culinary experience. It is separated into 3 different sections. One is almost raw, one is called barely touched, and one is lightly cooked, with each portion being equally delicious. Everything from oysters to scallops to lobsters to halibut. This is a under-the-sea experience that will leave your taste buds wanting more. For a fine dining pre-theater menu, check out the Lambs Club. This was the center of the American theatrical industry in the 20th century and was the first theatrical club in the United States, with members that you may have heard of, such as Charlie Chaplin, Fred Astaire, the Barrymores, John Wayne, and many more. Let's check out some of their delicious food. Our meal has been served. We are doing their pre-theater prefix menu, which they do every day from 5 to 6:30. Perfect timing before your show. Very excited to try their fluke crudo. Look how beautiful this is. It looks like a painting, right? This one has kumquats, fresh chilies, and basil. And make sure you get some of that olive on the top there. The olive adds a really nice smoothness to it.
The fish is really complemented by that sauce that they have down here and the olives. Really yummy. The main courses here, this is a chicken dish with chanterelles, baby turnips, confit leg, and farro. It's so beautiful, all of these dishes. Okay, let's get some of that juicy, delicious chicken. The sauce that they put on is super savory and flavorful. And these are the little turnips. Dip that in the sauce. You gotta dip it all in the sauce, you know? Feels almost like Thanksgiving dinner. Love it. Dessert. It's nice and light, but also sweet. A really nice compliment to the more hearty, heavy main courses. I love this spot. Definitely come to the Lambs Club.
Eat a real slice of pizza. That's right, the real deal pizza, it's here in New York. You heard that right, my friends. I really believe, and as do many New Yorkers, that we have the best pizza in the world. Watch out, Italy. I know, a little scandalous. Don't knock it till you try it. Today, we're gonna check out John's Pizzeria. This spot is the go-to place in Midtown, so if you're seeing a Broadway show, this is where you gotta go. Let's go inside. Our pizza just came here at John's Pizzeria. This spot's really cool because the interior is actually an old church, so it has a beautiful stained glass cathedral ceiling and a stunning drawing of New York City from years and years ago. They're known for their thin sliced pizza here. You order a whole pie, they can do all different flavors. I got the margarita, and Lucas forced me against my will to get a Hawaiian pizza. Yell at him, you guys. I'm not going down that road. That's not New York style, but this is, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Let's get a bite of it. So in addition to pizza here, they also have tons of other Italian staples like pasta, you know, like a chicken parmesan, and everything is really, really good here. I came here years ago when I worked at Disney Theatrical, and I met Sir Ian McKellen, put up the picture. It was like a highlight of my life. Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, you guys. Really big deal for me, very exciting. This has a special place in my heart, this lovely place. It's great to come here in Midtown because there's no other good pizza places in Midtown. It's that simple. We're here at my go-to spot to eat really all across the city. Los tacos numero uno. They are authentic Mexican street tacos. Absolutely phenomenal. And under $5 if you get the pollo asado, which is $4.95. You gotta do it with the corn tortilla, that's the authentic way. When you get to the counter, you say con todo, that means that they put the guacamole, the cilantro, the salsa, everything right on there. So tasty, so delicious. I normally get like 3 at a time for a full meal, but this one's $4.95. Let's eat it. New York City has one of the best cocktail cultures in the entire world, and here in Times Square in Midtown, we do have great bars. Here are some of my favorites in this area. Tucked inside of Grand Central, you're gonna find one of the coolest bars in the city, historically speaking. This is the Campbell Bar, and this bar has tons of history over the last 100 years. The space began as an office for American financier and member of the New York Central Railroad Board of Directors, John W. Campbell, in 1923. At night, so he could spend more time with his colleagues and friends, Campbell turned his opulent office into a music recital hall. Throughout the years, this space has taken many different forms, though. After Campbell died, it was turned into a signalman's office for the railroad, a jail, a gun storage location for the NYPD, and finally, in 2017, it was restored into the beautiful space you see it is here today. And they have some very delicious cocktails and some local beer as well, and wine. This is often a place that New Yorkers will come after work to socialize, so definitely it will be very crowded in those after work hours. So if you can head here early, that's definitely the way to do it. Another great spot known for its cozy atmosphere and fireplace is here. It is Madame George, and no, it is not a subway station, it is a speakeasy. So this spot
spot is really cute, really cozy. They have a fireplace inside and amazing craft cocktails. The atmosphere is filled with like lush, velvety couches. Think like leather-bound books. It's almost like you're in some old mansion. It's just so wonderful and so hidden, and you kind of get this escape from the hustle and bustle of Times Square. This spot is themed to New York City, so every single drink on their menu relates back to New York's history, its jazz, its music culture, its theater, and that makes it really, really interesting. The drink I recommend is called the New York Bodega Sour. This is served in a traditional Greek coffee cup and supposed to represent ordering a everything bagel at a bodega. So you actually get that aroma in the drink. They also have really good food here, so we ordered the pastrami cured salmon lox and the General Tso's chicken. Overall, this is a great spot if you need some drinks before a Broadway show or you're just having a nightcap for the evening.
On top of the Refinery Hotel, you'll find Refinery Rooftop. This spot has a beautiful garden terrace atmosphere, and it's one of the only rooftop bars in the city that actually has a fireplace inside. So it's great for spring, summer, fall, or winter. I'm here in the summer though, and they have their beautiful terrace outside, which has epic views of the Empire State Building, by the way. And this spot isn't just a bar, they're actually a restaurant as well, so you can get excellent food and drinks here. I got their famous Frosé, which is perfect for the summer because it is a frozen drink. They have an entire line of rosés actually. And then I also got their mojito with Bacardi. This is excellent. They really know how to make it, so it's not too much liquor flavor, not too sweet. It's just like the perfect combination, and the mint leaves really make it fresh. Another place I love is the Skylark. This is a Midtown Manhattan location, which is great before or after a Broadway show. If you're gonna go there, get the Borracho Amigo cocktail. That's my go-to every single time. They also have really good frosé in the summer, and this also has an indoor and an outdoor area. The Skylark has really good views of the Empire State Building. But that's not all you need to know when visiting New York. I have over 100 other videos that you should watch before, so you are fully prepared. You can check those out via the link below and just by heading to my channel. I hope to see you soon. Bye.